Guards shoved Evan Rook through the airlock hatch. Metal clanged shut behind him. A streak of tawny fur launched from the shadows. Fangs sank into his forearm. Evan hit the deck on his knees. Pain flared, sharp but shallow. He didn't yell, didn't flail. His hands shot up, palms open and empty, fingers splayed wide. The biter, Miri, the guards had called her, hung on. Her jaws clamped his jacket sleeve now, not skin. Yellow eyes locked on his, ears flattened, tail lashed like a whip. Evan froze. Breathe steady. Easy, he murmured. Voice low, even, no sudden moves. She tugged, tested. Fabric ripped with a wet tear. Blood welled from the first graze, but she hadn't torn deep. Warning bite, not kill. From the corner of his eye, Evan spotted the others. 2 more felinoids crouched in the dim containment room. Sterile white walls curved into a dome overhead. Observation slits glowed with external lights. Handlers watching. Saily, sharp-eyed and sleek black-furred, perched on a ledge. She tilted her head, whiskers twitching. Nalai huddled in the far shadows. Gray stripes blended with the gloom. Silent. Watching. Neri growled around his sleeve. She shook her head side to side. Evan let her. Jacket shredded further. He kept palms up, visible, harmless. You're Miri, right? Evan said. Calm, routine, like greeting a skittish engine tech on a bad shift. I'm Evan. Not here to hurt you. She released. Leaped back 3 meters in a blur. Landed silent on padded paws. Hackles up. Circling. Evan stayed down. Assumed the floor position. Knees tucked. Hands on thighs. No threat profile. Saeli dropped from her perch. Padded closer. Claws clicked faintly on the grate floor. She sniffed the air. Circled him once, twice. Miri paced parallel. High energy crackled off her. She feinted a lunge, stopped short when Evan didn't twitch. The intercom crackled. Warden Kethvar's voice boomed. Rook, stand down. They're containment risks. Fragile human in there with ferals. Stupid experiment. Evan ignored it. Focused on the girls. Miri panted. Ears flicked toward the speaker, then back. Saeli edged nearer. Nose inches from his hand. She inhaled deep. Exhaled slow. Evan held still. Heart thudded steady. Routine. Patience. Solve the problem. She bumped his palm with her muzzle. Wet nose. Rough tongue rasped once. Tested flavor. Trust flicker one. Miri yelled. Charged again. This time at his side. Evan shifted. Just enough. Offered the ruined sleeve like a toy. She latched on, worried at fierce. Growls turned playful? No. Still testing. Evan let her. Got rules here, Miri. Bite the jacket. Not me. Clear? She paused. Tilted head. Released. Nipped the air instead. Progress. Sally climbed. Paws on his chest. Light, balanced. She pressed ear to his shirt. Listened. Heartbeat. Thump thump. Steady. Evan breathed even. Didn't push her off. Humans weighed more, but he stayed statue still. Nalai stirred. Shadow shifted. She crept forward. Eyes wide. Pupils blown. Intercom again. Doctor. You'll send this time. Pragmatic tone. Warden. Vitals stable. No panic response from Rook. Heart rates dropping on subjects. Communication gap. Not feral. Keth snorted audible. Humans a glitch. They'll shred him. Saeli purred. Vibration hummed through Evan's ribs. Low rumble. She rubbed cheek on his collarbone. Scent marking? Miri dropped the sleeve. Sat on haunches. Licked chops. Eyed his boots. Evan lowered one hand. Slow. Palm up again. You want to chew? Here. He tugged off a bootlace. Dangled it. Miri pounced. Seized it. Darted back. Worried it to shreds. Saeli stayed put. Claws kneaded his shirt. Not piercing. Massaging? Nale reached his knee. Touched tentative. Fingers. Pause. Curled back. Then forward again. Evan nodded. Tiny motion. Hey. Nale. Safe. She mimicked Saeli's climb. Awkward at first. Settled beside her sister. Listened too. 3 on his chest now. Weight distributed. Evan leaned back against the wall. Adjusted for balance. Purring synced. Miri abandoned the lace. Approached wary. Sniffed his free hand. Bite? No. Lick. Intercom silent. Watching. Evan spoke soft. You three got names. Handlers. Say feral. But you're smart. Testing me. Saley lifted head. Green eyes met his. Sharp intelligence gleamed. Miri batted his hand. Playful swat. Retracted claws. Nele copied. Silent swipe. Evan chuckled, low. Pack rules? Okay. I follow. He tapped chest. Evan leader? No. Evan safe. Siley chirped. High note, nuzzled closer. Miri flopped beside him, head on thigh. Tail curled around, Nale mirrored. Full sprawl, warmth spread. Furs soft against fatigue pants. Purring vibrated bones. Door hissed warning. Guards prepped extract? No. Dr. Sen's voice. Warden. Stand down. Bond forming. Human baseline calms them. Keth growled. Is prey meat. Evan stroked Saley's ear. Gentle. She leaned in. Not prey, Evan said aloud. For them, for watchers. People. Miri nipped his fingers. Light. Affection? Siley groomed his sleeve, tongue rough. Nale sighed. First sound from her. Hours blurred, no clock. But hunger gnawed. Vents hummed food scent. Tray slot opened. Neutral chow plopped out. Miri bolted. Snarfed half. Evan portioned. Share. She paused, dragged piece to him. He ate slow. They watched. Copied bites. Siley divided hers. Pushed to Nalai. Pack. Night cycle dimmed lights. They piled closer. Heat shared. Evan dozed. Guarded sleep. Dawn flush. Alarms blared. Containment breach? No. Warden's voice. Urgent. Intruder in vents. Feral wing compromised. Claws on metal above. Girls tensed. Ears perked. Saley hissed. Miri bared fangs. Nalai growled low. Evan sat up. Hands visible again, together. They flanked him. Protective circle. Vent grate buckled. Clawed hand punched through. Not theirs. Pirate scavenger. Station raider. Evan grabbed loose grate panel. Shield. Stay back, he told girls. Leaped as one. Felinoid speed blurred. Claws raked Invader's arm. Screech echoed. Evan swung panel. Connected solid. Raider yelped. Girls piled on. Pinned. Guards burst in. Stunners ready. Froze. Warden stared. They protected the human? Dr. Sen commed. Pack bond. Human normalized them. Evan knelt by Miri. Scratched chin. Good hunt. She preened. Saeli leaned on him. Miri draped arm. Nale touched hand. Warden holstered. Rook. You're out, but they stay with you? Evan met his eyes. Steady. Pack. Raider dragged away. Door stayed open. Saeli purred louder. Clung. Not containment. Home. But alarm still wailed deeper in station. Bigger threat inbound. Pack tensed. Ready. Claws scraped metal above the open door. Evan tensed. The girl's warmth pressing close at his sides. Siley's ear flicked against his arm. Miri's tail lashed. Nale's claws flexed silently on the floor. Alarms shrieked sharper. Red lights pulsing down the corridor. Evan raised a hand, flat palm out. They stilled instantly. Trust earned in shared nights. Stay low, he murmured. Voice steady, like calling maintenance checks. Saeli nodded once, sharp eyes scanning. Miri crouched, fangs glinting. Nale melted into shadow behind. He stepped into the corridor first. Cool air hit his skin. Distant shouts echoed. Guards scrambling. Blaster fire cracked. Pirates. Station raiders hitting weak points. He knew the signs from old logs. Engineering next, his territory. Evan tapped his wrist, still active post-incident. Warden Var. Rook here. Feral wing. We're mobile. Static crackled. Rook. Stay locked down. Raiders punched through cargo bay, armed. Not staying prey. Evan edged forward. Girls shadowed perfect. We've got claws. You've got stunners. Coordinate? Pause. Boots thumped nearer. Warden's voice growled. Sen says you're pack lead now. Fine. Engineering sealed. They're cutting in. Trap them. Evan grinned faint. Routine problem. Solve step by step. They ghosted down the hall. Pipes hummed overhead. Saley scented air, whiskers twitching. She pointed, 2 claws up, then right. Raiders. Evan grabbed a loose panel from the wall, improvised shield, nodded. Flank. Miri bounded first, blur of gold fur and muscle. She leaped from a vent ledge, claws sinking into a raider's back. Man howled, rifle clattering. Saeli vaulted low, slashed legs. Raider crumpled. Nale darted silent, dragged the rifle away before trigger twitch. Evan swung the panel, cracked a second raider's helmet. Man staggered. Evan kicked knee, solid connect. Raider dropped. No shots fired, clean takedown. Miri shook blood from paws, bared teeth in grin. Nipped Evan's sleeve playful. He scratched her ear. Good girl. Quiet now. Purr rumbled. She bumped his hip. Somali scanned bodies, pocketed a comm device. Held it out. Eyes locked his. Trust. Evan took it. Flicked on. Raider chatter spilled. Girls contained. Grabbed the tech. Boss wants live specimens. His jaw tightened. They were after the felinoids. Trophies. Nale growled soft. Touched his arm. First voluntary contact. Together, Evan said. They moved faster. Engineering loomed. Sparks flew from sealed doors. 3 raiders pried with torches. Guards pinned back. Stunners low on charge. Warden barked from cover. Rook! Flank left! Evan signaled. Girls split seamless. Saley and Miri high vents. Nale low with him. He spotted the panel. Old maintenance hack. Tapped override code. Routine. Door hissed partial. Raiders spun. Blasters up. Miri dropped like stone. Tackled centerman. Claws pinned arms. Siley raked from side. Torch clattered. Nale slashed hamstrings. Silent fury. Evan charged low. Shield bashed one blaster aside. Grabbed arm. Twisted joint. Raider screamed. Guards surged. Stunners zapped the rest. Warden holstered. Stared at the girls circling Evan. Pack tactics. Human call. Doctor. Sen pushed through. Scanner humming. Bond confirmed. Heart rates synced. They read him like alpha. Evan knelt by Miri. Minor cut on flank. He pressed sleeve to staunch. Hold still. She stilled. Licked his hand once. Tongue rough. Saley leaned shoulder to shoulder. Purr synced with Miri's. Nale dragged a raider knife over. Dropped at his feet. Offering. Evan nodded. Thanks. Pocketed it. Alarms cut. Silence dropped heavy. Warden eyed the corridor. Scans clear. Last wave, but Evan caught it. Distant rumble. Hull breach. Comm buzzed. Station AI. Warning. Secondary incursion. Docking arm. Raiders had backup. Dr. Sen frowned. They targeted the wing. Why? Evan stood. Girls rose with him. Flanks tight. Us. Bait or prize. Doesn't matter. Warden gripped his shoulder. Firm. You lead. We follow. Evan met Saeli's gaze. She tilted head. Ready. They ran. Docking arms swarmed shadows. Air stank ozone burn. 5 raiders hauled crates. Felinoid sedatives. Tech crates too. Guards traded fire. Pinned. Evan ducked crate stack. Analyzed fast. Power conduits exposed. Raider plasma cutters hummed nearby. Girls. Distract high. He pointed vents. They vanished. Claws clicked faint. Miri whooped. High energy call. Drew fire up. Raider sprayed bursts. Guards advanced. Evan crawled low. Reached conduit box. Routine reroute. Fingers steady despite shakes. Flipped relays. Sparks jumped. Lights died. Emergency reds kicked in. Chaos. Saeli struck from dark. Throat slash clean. Nale tripped a runner. Pinned silent. Miri barreled too. Bit shoulders shook. Prey down. Evan rose. Grabbed fallen cutter. Sliced crate open. Vials of trank. Smashed them. Glass crunched. Last raider charged him. Blaster raised. Saeli intercepted. Leaped chest high. Claws deep. Man fell. Silence again. Guards cuffed survivors. Warden cummed all clear. Doctor. Sen scanned anew. Adrenaline drop. Oxytocin spike. Bond unbreakable. Evan wiped sweat. Miri draped arm over his waist. Nuzzled neck. Purr vibrated bone deep. Saley pressed other side. Tail curled his leg. Nale hovered close. Hand brushed his. Stayed. Warden cleared throat. Rook. Official. Your handler. Pack quarters reassigned. No containment. Evan exhaled. Pack home. Lights normalized. Station hummed safe. But as they walked back, girls flanking tight, a raider muttered under guard. Boss'll come personal. Those cats worth millions. Evan's hand rested on Sayali's shoulder. She leaned in. Bigger boss inbound. Pack ready. Miri nipped his earlight. Playful spark in eyes. He chuckled soft. Scratched chins all around. Purrs swelled. Trust sealed in blood and routine. Not fragile human. Pack heart. Hours later, new quarters glowed soft. Wide bunks. Water dispensers. No bars. Evan set a spare cap under faucet. Filled slow. Slid across floor toward the corner nest. Sayli watched. Sharp eyes tracked. Patted over. Sniffed. Lapped cautious. Miri bounded. Splashed eager. Laughed in chirps. Nale waited. Copied Sayali. Drank deep. Evan folded jacket. Puffed cushion. Placed near nest. Backed away, hands up. Nale darted. Snatched it. Dragged to shadows. Burrowed in. Sayli tilted head. Approached him instead. Evan sat wall. Breathed slow. Routine calm. She circled once. Tested. Curled on his chest. Weight warm. Purr started. Cameras whirred above. Caught every frame. He stroked ear gentle. Guarded sleep came. Pack whole, but com pinged private. Dr. Sen. Raider boss signal traced. En route. Armed heavy. Evan's eyes opened. Sayali stirred. Met his gaze. Hunt called. Sayali tensed under Evan's hand. Her ears flicked toward the ceiling speakers. Warden Var to holding quarters. The voice grated sharp. Food drop incoming. Single ration pack. Observe behavior. Evan eased Sayli down. Stood smooth. Miri bounded to his side. Hackles half raised. Nale unburrowed from the jacket nest. Eyes locked on him. The slot in the door hissed. A sealed pack thudded onto the floor. Scent hit fast. Processed meat. Dense carbs. Felinoid rations triple-sized for 3. Cameras whirred louder. Var wanted a show. Competition. Feral snap fight. Prove the girls hazardous. Prove humans fragile. Sayali crouched low. Tail lashed. Miri snarled soft, knees bumping Evan's legs. Guard position. Nale edged forward. Silent hunger in her stare. Evan knelt calm. Ignored the eyes on him. Slit the pack with thumbnail. Divided contents precise. 3 equal piles. Meat strips. Nutrient paste. Dried fruits. Pushed them forward with boot toe. Spaced even. Eat, he said low. Voice routine. Like shift breaks back home. Sayali lunged first. Paws scraped toward her pile. Miri blocked her instant. Shoulder rammed Sayli's flank. Growl rumbled deep. Guarded Evan's knees tight. No one passed him. Sayli skidded. Hissed sharp. Claws flexed. Miri held ground. Ears flat, ready to bite. Nalai darted in shadows. Snatched at the edge pile. Evan snapped bar from his pocket. Emergency protein, human-sized, broke it clean. Half extended to Nale first. Here. Palm flat. No grab. No chase. Nale froze. Sniffed air. Took it gentle. Teeth grazed skin light. Bolted back to nest. Gnawed fast. Sayali blinked. Miri eased stance. Evan broke the rest. Tossed chunks to their piles. Yours now. Sayli patted close. Nosed her food. Ate deliberate. Miri dropped to haunches. Guarded still, but munched between glances. Purr edged her growl. Evan sat cross-legged. Back to wall. Watched them eat. Routine held. No blood, no brawl. Intercom crackled. Dr. Sen, review footage, now. Evan stroked Miri's ear absent. She leaned in. Bite teeth vanished. Down the corridor, Dr. Yul Sen tapped console furious. Footage looped. Evan split piles. Miri's block. Nele's first bite. No fight. Blag this. Sen barked at Tech. Var, you idiot. That's not feral. That's hierarchy. Human slotted alpha without force. Var loomed behind. Arms crossed. Fragile variable. Raider boss inbound. They'll shred him. Sen spun chair. Or protect him. Controlled follow-up. Double rations tomorrow. Observe integration. VAR grunted. Risky. Data's the point. Sen cued private comm. To Evan. Bond metrics off charts. Raider ETA 6 hours. Prep girls. Non-lethal if possible. Evan's wrist unit buzzed. He glanced discreet. Saley followed his eyes. Nose twitched. Read tension in his stillness. Miri finished her pile, licked chops, nudged Evan's hand, demanded scratches. He obliged. Fingers firm under chin. She chirped, rolled belly up. Claws sheathed. Nale crept out. Dragged jacket scrap closer, curled near his boot, watched Saeli. Saeli ate last, finished clean. Approached Evan direct, rubbed flank against knee, marked him. Purr deep. Evan exhaled, slow. Pack settled. Food routine locked in. Trust stacked higher. But wrist unit glowed. Raider boss, heavy arms. Nillions in play. Saeli met his gaze again. Claws flexed once. Hunt ready. Hours blurred. Evan inventoried quarters. Wide bunks converted to nests already. Water dispensers hummed full. He rigged a drip line from spare tubing. Slow pour into shallow pan. Prevented splashes. Miri pounced at first. Paws slapped water. Chirps echoed. Play mode. Saeli tested edge. Lapped precise. Nale copied. Drink silent. Evan unfolded tech kit. Scanned room seams. Found loose panel. Pried quiet. Stashed protein bars inside. Backup fuel. Girls watched. Saeli tilted head. Miri batted his tool. Nale memorized the spot. Door alarms pinged distant. Station lockdown. Raiders probing. Evan stood. Stay close. Miri nipped his sleeve. Pulled toward bunks. Defensive perch. Saeli flanked left. Nale right. Silent shadow. Var's voice boomed station-wide. Intruder. Alert. Detainee Rook. Remain secured. Evan ignored. Cracked panel wider. Pulled stun baton. Modified earlier. Tech fix. Higher yield. Handed to Saeli. Yours. She gripped. Tested weight. Eyes lit fierce. Miri bounced eager. Evan tossed her glove pair. Reinforced knuckles. Her bite weapon now. Nale got the jacket. Burrow armor. Pack armed. Evan's hand rested on Saeli's shoulder. She leaned heavier. Hull breach klaxon wailed. Raiders breached. Footsteps thundered corridor. Blaster whine. Evan breathed routine. Together. Door buckled. Blaster bolts scorched frame. Miri lunged first. Glove fists flew. Raider yelped down. Saeli spun baton arc. Cracked knee. Raider crumpled. Nale darted low. Jacket-clad shoulder rammed gut. Raider gasped. Evan stepped through smoke. Faced the boss. Hulking figure. Plasma rifle raised. Back off, boss snarled. Cat's mine. Evan raised hands slow. Voice level. Their pack. Walk away. Boss laughed. Aimed. Saeli blurred. Botan cracked rifle. Sparks flew. Miri piled on. Fists hammered. Nale tripped legs. Boss hit deck. Evan zip-tied wrists. Routine secure. Guards swarmed late. Var stared. How? Dr. Sen pushed forward. Scanner out. Bond data. Human normalized feral response. Trust protocol works. Evan scratched chins. Purrs rose. Miri nipped ear, playful. Saeli curled chest again. Weight trust. Raiders hauled. Station safe. But boss spat last. More coming. Syndicate won't stop. Evan met Saeli's gaze. Pack nodded. Hunt ongoing. Dr. Sen pulled him aside. Permanent quarters. Official. You're their anchor. Evan nodded. Routine expanded. Girls flanked tight. New drop slot hissed. Triple rations. Evan split even. Pushed forward. Miri guarded knees. Saeli waited. Nali first bite. Meal routine. Bond unbreakable. Cameras caught it all. Views spiked. HFY legend born. Dr. Sen burst through the reinforced door. Scanner humming in her grip. Rook. Demonstrate contact. Now. Warden Var watches. Evan straightened from his corner perch on the bunk. The holding cell hummed with tension. Saeli paced the far wall, tail lashing. Miri gnawed a frayed mat corner. Nale huddled in shadow, eyes locked on him, air thick with musk and recycled ozone. He nodded once. Routine. Sciali's first. Slow. Sen tapped her comm. Recording. Verbal log. Subject Rook initiates Felinoid interface protocol. Observe baselines. Evan knelt. Palms up. No sudden moves. Sciali. He extended 2 fingers, steady as a circuit probe. Waited. Sciali's ears flicked. She circled once. Twice. Sharp eyes narrowed. Testing. Pause silent on grated floor. Then she lunged low. Not teeth, but forehead. Firm headbutt against his knuckles. Permission granted. Warmth radiated through fur. Evan scratched deliberate. Behind ear. Purr rumbled low. Sen leaned in. Scanner beeping. Voluntary initiation. Heart rates. Sync. Remarkable. Trust starts here, Evan said. Voice level. They read intent, not force. Miri snarled from her mat. Claws scraped metal. She bolted upright, energy crackling. Mine. Tail puffed double. Devon froze mid-scratch. Hand still. Turned palm out. Stop signal. Clear line of sight. Easy, Miri. Wait turn. She skidded halt, inches away. Nose twitched. Sniffed his palm. No bite. Paced tight circle. High energy whirl, but held. Nale shifted shadow. Watched Saley's relaxed slump. Copied lean forward. San murmured into calm. De-escalation cue adopted. Human establishes boundary without dominance. Var's voice crackled over intercom. Frivolous. They're feral. He'll bleed. Evan ignored. Kept palm out till Miri stilled. Lowered slow. Good. Your go. Miri exploded forward. Grabbed his wrist. Claws pricked, not pierced. Yanked hard. Pulled him toward her shoulder. Bruise bloomed purple-black under tawny fur. Swollen from yesterday's containment drill. Evan assessed. No break. Deep contusion. Need patch. He tugged free gentle. Reached medkit slot. Door hissed open. Station rations. Pulled dermal patch. Antiseptic wipe. Miri pressed close. Demanded with nudge. Not blood. Help. Hook. Sank in. The feral biter chose care over carnage. Send scanner word frantic. Aggressive labeled shifts to dependency. Pull data. Evan wiped clean. Applied patch. Cool gel sealed instant. Miri hissed its sting, then purred gravel. He tore sleeve strip from jumpsuit. Tied soft sling. Looped underarm. Supported weight. Hold still. Heals faster. She tested flex. Leaned heavier. Nipped his collar playful. No tear. Grin flashed fangs. Saley bumped shoulder. Inspected sling. Nale crept near. Mimicked press against his side. Var barked. Enough. Separate him. No. Sen snapped. Metrics gold. Bond forms. Evan stood. Girls flanking. Miri guarded knee height. Siley chest level curl. Nale shadowed back. Pack tight. They pick anchors. I fix problems. Cell lights dimmed for night cycle. Evan settled bunk. Distributed ration bars. Split even. Miri gnawed hers fast. Saley savored. Nale hoarded half. Sen lingered at door. Why you? Others fled. Routine. Evan said. They test. I wait. Consistent. Door sealed. Cameras winked red. Dawn cycle blared. Klaxons wailed. Breach alert. Girls tensed. Ears pinned. Evan rose calm. Together. Siley snatched baton from wall rack. Miri flexed claws. Nale scanned vents. Guards yelled outside. Blaster whine pierced door. No time. Evan grabbed toolkit. Flank me. Door buckled inward. Raider silhouette. Masked. Vibro knife gleam. Miri lunged first. Glove fists. Improvised pads. Smashed jaw. Raider reeled. Saley arced baton. Cracked knee. Down. Nale darted low. Rammed gut. Raider gasped. Smoke choked air. Evan stepped through haze. Faced boss. Hulking plasma rifle raised. Back off, boss snarled. Cat's mine. Evan hands up slow. Their pack. Walk away. Boss laughed. Aimed center mass. Sciali blurred. Baton shattered rifle stock. Sparks erupted. Miri piled. Fists hammered ribs. Nale tripped legs. Boss crashed. Evan zip-tied wrists. Tight. Secure. Guards swarmed late. Var stormed in. Blaster drawn. Stared at pile. How? Feral. Dr. Sen pushed forward. Scanner swept. Bond data. Human normalized response. Trust protocol validates. Evan scratched Sally's chin. Purr vibrated. Miri nipped ear. Light. Sally curled chest. Nale leaned thigh. Raiders dragged out. Boss spat. Syndicate sends more. Evan met Saeli's gaze. Pack nodded. Hunt on. Sen pulled him aside. Permanent quarters. Official anchor status. Evan nodded. Routine. Expanded. Girls flanked tight as escorts marched. New cell. Larger. Triple rations dropped. Evan split even. Pushed portions. Miri guarded his knees. Saeli waited patient. Nalaya took first bite. Cameras caught every purr, every lean. Views spiked station-wide. Whispers spread. Human tamed ferals. No. United them. Days blurred routine. Evan tuned vents. Blocked drafts. Girls patrolled edges. Miri shadow-boxed mats. Sally mapped weak points. Nale scouted Cam's blind spots. Sen visited daily. Metrics off charts. Pheromones sync. Mirror neurons fire cross-species. Call it pack, Evan said. Applied fresh sling to Miri's fading bruise. She preened. Var grudged approval. Station holds, for now. Syndicate probes escalated. Drones buzzed hull. Sabotage sparks in halls. One shift. Alarm shrieked again. Evan, mid-repair on bunk weld. Girls perked. Perimeter, he said. Sally led dash. Miri barreled doors. Nale slipped ducts. They hit corridor breach. 2 raiders rigging charges. Evan signaled palm out. Miri froze charge pack. Sally batten tripped one. Nale yanked wires midair. Raiders fired wild. Evan ducked. Rolled. Toolkit wrench flew. Cracked helmet. Girls. Swarmed. Secure. Var arrived. U4. Unit now. Evan wiped sweat. Girls bumped heads his legs. Bond sealed. Sen grinned logs. HFY baseline. Humans build trust. Aliens amplify. Miri tugged sleeve. Pulled to new bruise. Minor scrape. Demanded patch. Evan knelt. Routine. Got you. Purrs filled hall. Pack unbreakable. Station feeds looped clips. Comments flooded. Human dad energy. Cat girls plus bro equals win. Views hit viral. Syndicate bossed foxed threat. All yours die. Evan fed girls extra rations. We hunt back. Saeli headbutted fingers. Miri nipped playful. Nale copied sling tie on toy. Trust forged steel. Next breach loomed. Evan slept light. Pack. Warm. Ready. Power flickered. Lights died. The door lock hissed open. Evan snapped upright from his bunk repair. Darkness swallowed the holding cell. Sally crouched low, ears flat. Miri growled soft, claws scraping floor. Nale pressed against the wall, eyes glowing faint. Easy, Evan whispered. His hand found the toolkit glowstick, cracked it. Green light bloomed. Footsteps thundered outside. Heavy boots. Armed security? No. Syndicate breach vibes from the alarm's last shift. Var's station teetered. Sally hissed. Pointed at the door. Shadows shifted beyond. Evan moved, grabbed the bench, dragged it across the floor, wedged it tight against the doorframe. Metal groaned. Miri lunged forward. Evan caught her arm, pulled her back, behind me. Now. She froze, blinked, dropped low beside him. Sally and Nalai flanked fast, bodies warm against his legs. Trust. Locked in. Door rattled. Something slammed. Voices barked, garbled through bulkhead. Containment breach. Feral wing. Evan scanned. Vent grill hummed. Air hissed louder. Saeli's ear twitched toward it. She signaled. Palm slash. Then point. Vent. Escape. Evan nodded, pried the grill with his multi-tool. Screws popped. Panel clattered free. Go. Single file. He boosted Saeli first. She slipped in silent. Miri next. She wriggled. Tail lashing. Nale last. Evan shoved the bench tighter. Dove after. Crawl space clamped tight. Ducks hummed hot. Faint chem smell stung his nose. Station recyclers. Sally led. Paws silent on metal. Evan followed. Toolkit clipped to belt. Miri bumped his boot. Nale ghosted behind. Thermal ping echoed. Security scanners. Hostages. Humans got 2 ferals pinned. Trio. They saw Saley, Miri, him. Nale trailed unseen. Evan cursed silent. Pushed faster. Junction ahead. Left to engineering. Right to core. Saeli veered left. Evan trusted. Crawled. Grill light flashed behind. There. Flush 'em. Boots clanged below. Vents rattled. Miri snarled quiet. Evan tapped her shoulder. Quiet wins. She stilled. Claws retracted. They hit a fan housing. Saley sliced wires with claw. Blades slowed. Air whooshed past. Evan wedged his tool. Jammed the intake. Fan whined down. Darkness total now. His glow stick dimmed. Nale chirped soft. Tugged his sleeve. Pointed ahead. Loose panel. Evan pried. They spilled into a dim sub-hall. Maintenance bay. Consoles flickered emergency red. Door sealed behind. Locked with his tool override. Saeli scanned. Ears perked. Safe. Moment. Miri paced. Bared teeth. Hunters close. Evan checked readouts. Power grid sabotaged. Syndicate cut main lines. Backup spotty. Handlers think I'm threat now. He knelt. Met their eyes. Not prey. Not you. Saeli tilted head. Touched his hand. Claw retracted full. First time. Trust sparked. Alarms wailed anew. Intruders deck 7. Feral unit escaped with detainee. Var's voice boomed station-wide. Rook, stand down. You're cornered. Evan snorted. Not yet. He patched into console. Routed power to blockades. Miri batted his arm. Play nip. De-escalated to nudge. Nalai copied. Silent press against his side. Pack held. Footfalls neared. Thermal sweeps swept the bay. Evan grabbed conduit pipe. Yanked loose. Sparks flew. Shorting sensors. Go. He pointed to next vent stack. Saeli boosted Miri up. Nalai climbed solo. Evan last. Deeper ducts. Heat baked. Sweat slicked his skin. Saeli froze. Signaled back. 2 claws. Circle. 2 hostiles ahead. Evan nodded. Toolkit wrench ready. They crept. Voices filtered. Grab the girls. Human bonus. Syndicate grunts. Armored. Evan rolled silent. Peaked grill. 2 raiders rigging demo charge on power node. Saeli slipped past. Dropped low. Miri tensed. Evan palm out. Wait. Nale mirrored. Patient. Raiders laughed. Feral meat fetches price. Saeli's tail lashed. Evan tapped. Now. She pounced. Claws raked one's leg. He yelped. Spun. Miri barreled second. Shoulder slammed to chest. Raider crashed. Evan lunged. Wrench cracked helmet visor. Sparks. Raider down. First grunt fired wild. Bolt scorched ducked. Evan rolled. Tackled. Pinched nerve. Grunt slumped. Girls swarmed. Zip-tied with their own cuffs. Efficient. Charge blinked. Evan yanked wires. Neutralized. Saeli head-butted his thigh. Purr rumbled. Miri preened fur. Nale nodded once. Copied the tie on a loose cable. Pack, Evan said. Wiped blood. His knuckle scraped. They moved. Burst into auxiliary control. Consoles live. Evan hot-wired comms. Var, Rook here. Got 2 tangos down. Grid node safe. Static crackled. Rook, metrics? You're with all 3? Affirm, not hostages. Team, Sin's voice cut in. Pheromone log spiking. Crossbond confirmed. Var grunted. Hold position. Teams inbound. But drone hum grew. Hull breach fresh. Saeli ears flattened. More.
Evan checked feeds. Syndicate shuttle docked unauthorized.
Armed pour. Not holding. He rerouted doors. Sealed sectors. Miri tugged. Pointed sling. Her old bruise spot. Fresh graze from tackle. Evan knelt. Applied patch from kit. Got you. She purred loud. Nipped sleeve gentle. Nale extended arm. Minor burn. Copied hold still. Patch done. She bumped head soft. Saeli watched. Offered wrist claw nick. Me, Evan rapped. Steady hands. All good. Purrs synced. Room warmed. Security burst in. Var front. Rifles high. Dropped fast. Rook. Var-eyed bonds. Explain. Teamwork. Evan stood. Girls flanked. No retreat. Sen pushed forward. Scanner out. Trust metrics off scale. Human baseline normalized feral stress. They mirror him. Bar scowled. Fragile variable leads containment fails. Evan shrugged. Routine. Patience. They handle claws. I handle tech. Miri demonstrated. Balanced on rail. Snatched drone feed cable. Delivered to Evan. He patched. Syndicate positions lit up. Flank there, Evan said. Pointed map. Saili nodded. Slipped out with Miri. Nale shadow. Var stared. Unit? Pack, Sen said. Grinned. HFY logs viral already. Drones buzz closer. Explosions rocked deck. Evan grabbed vest mic. Girls inbound. Cover fire. Var barked orders. Teams moved. Evan watched feeds. Saili darted halls. Tripped patrols. Miri barreled barricades. Nale snipped lines mid-leap. Raiders scattered. One charged Evan's position. He ducked. Bench blocked like cell door. Wrench flew. Cracked knee. Var stunned the rest. Damn. Girls returned. Fur singed, but triumphant. Bumped legs. Evan checked. Patched scratches. Routine. Syndicate Vox crackled surrender. Shuttle fled. Station stabilized. Var crossed arms. You're cleared. All four. Evan knelt. Extra rations from Kit. Hunt done. Saili leaned in. Head against shoulder. Warm. Close. Miri curled foot. Nale mirrored. Sen logged. Bond. Unbreakable. Views exploding. But console pinged. New probe signature. Syndicate boss. Inbound. Evan fed girls. Evan stepped into the corridor. Hands empty at his sides. Saili flanked his left, her tail brushing his calf. Miri prowled right, ears flat. Nale ghosted behind. Silent shadow. The girls moved as one unit, claws retracted but ready. Boots pounded ahead. Guards rounded the bend, rifles snapping up. Red dots danced across Evan's chest. Miri bared teeth. A low hiss rippled the air. The lead guard skidded to a halt. His squad froze, barrels wavering. Lower weapons, Evan said. Voice flat, even. He didn't raise his arms, didn't flinch. The guards hesitated. Fingers twitched on triggers. Saili pressed against Evan's side. Her flank warmed his hip. She matched his stance, shoulders loose, gaze steady forward. Miri held her snarl. Nale peeked past. Eyes locked on the rifles. Comms crackled. Stun fire authorized, Warden Varb. Contain the fails now. Override. Dr. Sen cut in. Sharp. Trust metrics spiking. They're his pack. Stand down. Guards lowered muzzles. One backed up a step. Another whispered, they're flanking him. Evan ignored them, kept walking. Girls matched his pace. Airlock deck, he said. Low. For them, boss shuttle docking. We block. Saili chirped agreement. Short. Sharp. Miri bumped his knee. Playful nudge. Nale slipped ahead, scouting corners. Alarms wailed. Deck shuddered under shuttle thrusters. Evan checked his wrist pad. Syndicate signatures flooded the feed. Heavy hitters. Armed to teeth. Guards trailed at distance. Rifles down, but eyes wide. Humans leading ferals. One muttered. Pack. Sen's voice echoed over open channel. Watch. Evan hit the stairwell. Descended fast. Girls flowed around him. Saili's paw tested each step first. Miri bounded rails. Nale dropped from above. Routine. Like cell watches but scaled up. They hit the airlock level. Red lights pulsed. Syndicate ramp hissed open. Armored figures spilled out. 6 bruisers. Plasma rifles hot. Boss loomed last. Hulking insectoid. Mandibles clicking orders. Evan raised a hand. Stopped at the junction. Girls fanned out. Saili's claws flexed. Miri's tail lashed. Nale's eyes narrowed. Boss spotted them. Chittered laughter. Pest control? With strays. Bruisers advanced. Rifles word charge. Evan tapped his pad. Ducts. Simple word. Nale vanished into a vent. Silent. Seconds later, lights flickered. One bruiser clutched his neck. Cable yanked taut. He dropped. Miri launched. leapt barricade high. Claws raked a rifle barrel, bent it sideways. She rolled, bit a knee guard. Crunch. Bruiser howled. Sayeli darted low, slid under fire. Tripped legs with tail sweeps. Two tumbled into each other. Helmets cracked. Evan moved steady. Grabbed a loose stun grenade from a fallen belt, lobbed it flat. Bounced perfect. Into the pack. Flashbang popped. Ears rang, but he pressed on. Boss fired wild. Bolts scorched bulkhead. Evan ducked. Bench flipped it like cell door. Shield up. Flank, he called. Girls obeyed. Miri barreled the stunned pair. Pinned one with paws. Bit the rifle strap. Tore it free. Delivered to Evan mid-stride. He caught it. Aimed low. Knees. Fired bursts. Two more bruisers folded. Sayeli mirrored his calm. Pressed close again. Her purr vibrated against him. Trust signal. She lunged next. Snatched a dropped pistol. Dropped it at his feet. Picked up. Nale dropped from ceiling. Snipped power line mid-air. Airlock seals sparked. Boss shuttle. Locked out. Guards poured in behind. Var led. Stunners ready. What the? Hold, Evan said. Flat again. Boss charged him direct. Mandibles wide. Evan sidestepped. Routine pivot. Wrench from belt. Same one from cell brawl. Cracked the joint. Boss staggered. Miri pounced. High energy bite to the arm plate. Held till it popped. Exposed wiring. Sayeli slashed cables. Sparks flew. Boss thrashed. Nalai finished. Leapt back. Yanked main power trunk. Insectoid slumped. Offline. Silence dropped. Smoke curled. Girls regrouped. Bumped Evan's legs. Fur singed. Scratches fresh. Triumphant chirps. Evan knelt. Pulled med patches from kit. Applied first to Miri. Restless one stilled under touch. Good hunt. She nuzzled his palm. Tongue rasped gentle. Sayeli leaned shoulder to shoulder. Warm weight. Eyes half-lidded. Nale copied. Silent press against his back. Var stared. Rifle limp. Unit cohesion. From ferals. Pack, Sen said. Scanner beeped. Bond metrics maxed. Human normalized their stress. They elevated his. Evan stood. Ignored the praise. Checked pad. Syndicate feeds dark. Station secure. Guards parted. Whispers spread.
He treats them like people. They act like squad.
One guard nodded to Sayeli. She blinked back. First, non-growl response. Evan led out. Girls tight flank. Corridor cleared fast. No rifles raised. Deck above, consoles quieted. Var crossed arms. Cleared permanent. All five now. Evan shrugged. Routine. Miri snatched a loose cable from debris. Delivered it. He patched feeds. Confirmed boss capture. Sen grinned. HFY vids doubling. Tech and tails trending. Evan fed girls extra rations. Protein bars from kit. They tore in. Happy crunches. Sayeli saved half hers. Pushed it to his hand. Shared. Warmth spread. Not just shoulder lean. Deeper. Console pinged again. Deeper scan. Not syndicate. Federation probe, Var said. High command inbound. For review. Evan glanced down. Girls perked. Miri teeth tested the bar wrapper. Sayeli watched his face. Nale mirrored posture. Review. Handlers. Incoming. Labels to challenge. But pack held. Ready. Boots echoed from lift. Suits this time. Official. Sayeli pressed closer. Claws out. Just a bit. Miri growled soft. Nale eyes tracked. Evan kept hands empty. Voice flat. Welcome aboard. The lead suit froze. Stared at the formation. Detainee Rook? With them? Pack, Evan said. Simple. Probe lights flashed dockside. Doors hissed. Girls flanked tighter. Trust sealed in action. But suits carried binders and orders. New threat brewed, not guns. Words. The lead suit stepped forward. Binder raised. Detainee Evan Rook, you are under review for unauthorized contact with Class F ferals. Step away. Evan didn't budge. Sayeli pressed her flank against his leg, claws flexing into his boot. Miri bared teeth at the suits. Nale mirrored her sister's low crouch. Doctor, Sen pushed through the cluster of officials. Stand down, Commander. This is my experiment. HFY protocols cleared it. The commander scowled. Your experiment breached containment. High Command wants them separated. Now. Evan met the man's eyes. They're not hazards. Watch. He pulled a protein bar from his kit. Tore the wrapper slow. Miri snatched it mid-air, crunched once, then nudged half back to Sayeli's paw. Shared. No fight. Suits muttered. Probe lights pulsed brighter outside the viewport. Sen clapped the commander's shoulder. Data proves it. Pack dynamics. Move them to the comfort suite. Monitored. Let Rook stabilize. Var nodded from the console. Suite prepped. Feeds live station-wide. The commander holstered his binder. 24 hours. Then re-evaluation. Evan scooped up his kit. Girls shadowed him tight as Sen led the way down the corridor. No growls. Just soft paw pads on deck plating. Suite doors hissed open. Soft lights, padded floors, blanket stacks in corners, observation window one way from control. Sen waved them in. Nest here, Rook. Show them safety. Evan dropped his kit. Scanned the space. Goal. Anchor the pack. Conflict. Suits itching to yank them apart. He grabbed blankets first, thick ones, thermal weave. Neri pounced a loose fold, battled it. Growled play. Easy. Evan tugged it free, stacked methodically, base layer flat. Sides piled high, center dipped for warmth. Sayeli circled the pile. Sniffed, poked with a claw. Nale hung back, eyes tracked every fold. Evan settled in the dip, back to the wall, knees up, open palms on thighs. Come. Miri dove first, curled against his side. Purr rumbled. Sayeli tested the edge. Sat. Leaned, then full sprawl across his lap. Nale watched, waited. Control room buzzed. Var leaned into the feed. Look at that. No restraints. Sen tapped notes. Routine calms them. Human baseline. Predictable. Evan stroked Miri's ear tuft. Steady rhythm. She stilled. No bite. Hours ticked. Suits rotated shifts outside. Probe docked. More brass inbound. Nale slipped from shadow. Something glinted in her paw. Small. Com tag. Stolen. Var spare. By the engraving. She padded close. Dropped it into Evan's palm. Cold metal. Eyes locked. No flinch. Evan turned it over. Access chip intact. Could find. He patched it to his kit. Low ping. Unlocked station logs. Sayeli perked. Sniffed the tag. Nudged approval. Miri batted it once. Play growl. Settled. Nale copied Sayeli's lean. Pressed against Evan's other side. Trust. Layered. Not words, actions. Sayeli shifted, rose on hindpaws. Sharp eyes searched his face. Evan held still. She tapped his sternum. Forehead firm. Bond gesture. Ferropax marked kin this way. Heat spread under his shirt. He tapped back. Light, chest to her brow. Sayeli purred deep, dropped into the nest. Full weight on his chest. Miri wriggled closer. Nale draped an arm over. Evan breathed even. Warmth piled, exhaustion hit. Control room hushed. Var stared at the feed. Station crew clustered screens. There. Asleep. On him. Sen smirked. HFY moment. Trending already. Evan drifted. Girls' breaths synced. Claws sheathed. No threats. Probe alarms blared dockside. High Command boots hit the deck. Var straightened. They're here for the ferals. Sen glanced at the pile and Rook's pack. Evan stirred. Felt the shift. Eyes cracked open. Doors outside the suite rattled. Orders barked. Sayeli's claws pricked. Just once. Miri growled soft. Nala gripped his sleeve. Evan sat up slow, hands empty, voice calm. Stay. But the doors wouldn't hold forever. Brass wanted answers. And separation.